Our leaders got into position not because the people wanted them, but they were able to find their way there. As a result, they don't owe
anybody
anything. Citizen journalism has taken over professionalism.
Oh yes.
Social media has made it even worse. Difference between a prophecy and a prediction is that a prophecy is not what you do yourself. It's what is channeled through you. Now, when I see men of God doing predictions, I know it's not God working through them.
There will be occasions you probably ask yourself where the body of Christ is going. It should bother you.
No, it bothers me.
So, hi, Kunle Hamilton. I have always called you Kunle Hamilton. The titles can change, can change. One day you're this or that, but currently you're evangelist or pastor.
Oh, yeah. Pastor will be in place. Evangelist will also be in place.
Don't you feel somehow you have to be called a pastor with the kind of things that we hear pastors do these days? While Adefara singing, I was not a member of his church, but I'd go once in a while. I don't want to tell you under what circumstance, but I go anyway. And I was in the church one day, and he said that nobody should call him pastor. They could call him brother, they could call him whatever, but he doesn't want to be called pastor.
I could feel that too.
You feel that too?
I've heard another person say that too.
Yes.
Dr. Tonerapu. He once confided in me years ago. He said he doesn't like the title pastor anymore. He's been bastardized.
He's been bastardized. I think so too.
It's unfortunate, really. It's unfortunate because too many charlatans now carry that title and do a lot of unprintable things and unchristian things.
It's become a commercial enterprise, if you ask me. And so there are so many marketing tactics that people use to gain attention, because at the end of the day, the business is gaining attention, bringing in the numbers. But by the way, you are a pastor of the Celestial Church, right?
Oh yes,
but you weren't born into the Celestial Church.
No,
I know your life history.
Yes,
one of the unfortunate things you did was go to Igbobi College. But I will pardon
one
you
of the
for
very
it.
Fortunate things you know.
I know. I will pardon you for it. For that Igbobi thing.
Remind me, Egbon, which school did you go to?
I went to the Methodist school, the only school where people wore suits to school and didn't wear khaki like. But that Igbobi thing still pains me till today. But luckily, one of your chairmen, Sukiyaki, he made me an honorary Igbobian before he passed on.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, he did. He gave me the
such
ties.
honor.
He gave me the ties. And then he did me go back in this. I had a law. When I did the interview in the Igbobi, we would go there for 3 days. And I was put in Townsend House. And it was that 3-day experience. I haven't forgotten till as I'm sitting down.
Tell me about it.
No. You tell me stories. Because we have a long way to go on this thing. You're a member of the Celestial Church.
Yes.
You are not born there.
No.
So what could have attracted you to the place? The miracles or whatever? Or were you called?
Honestly, it was curiosity.
Really?
Because it's 40 years now. Exactly 40 years.
That you've been a member of the church?
2025 year makes it 40 years. In fact, tomorrow, Friday, I am going to be celebrating with my classmates 40 years since graduation from the University of Lagos.
Really?
Yes. It was the year of my graduation that I suddenly found myself in Celestial Church.
How do you mean suddenly found yourself? You woke up and they're taking you in your sleep or what?
No, somebody else, one of my big sisters, the firstborn of the family. She had a difficult pregnancy. And I heard that she was
That's
a Sister Funke.
My sister. No, I don't know Sister Funke.
Oh, really? That's the firstborn of the family.
It's what's her name now?
That told me,
No, not told me. Which was the other one? The journalist.
The journalist is Funke. Stella.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is she Funke?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I know Sister Funke very well.
Yes.
Very well. Very, very well.
She was one that asked our late mom.
But we know her Stella Balogun.
To come and see me. Yes, now I know.
Yeah,
and I had graduated that year with a thesis titled "Does God Exist?" So I was at the brink of atheism.
Yes.
And with the benefit of hindsight, I think God chose to now answer me. You want to know if I exist. He now chose to answer me by drawing me through my sister, a visit to her church. She
Which
had a
was a
difficult
celestial
pregnancy. She was in church, in a celestial church in Ikmori, where I joined celestial church. And interestingly, as I walked into that premises, a prophetess, young prophetess at the time, probably now in her 50s. I still saw her, incidentally, last Sunday because we had a harvest in the same
And
church.
does she recognize you still?
Of course.
Or she gave you the message?
I am the oldest surviving male member of that parish till today.
That's at
Hallelujah Parish, Ikmori. It remains my mother parish.
That's the one where I get messages all the time that my brother was here. Yeah, I get
But I tell you what, that day, for somebody who had gotten to the brink of atheism, the Methodist Church where I was born and raised could no longer hold my attention. I had stopped going to church altogether, even before I graduated from the University of Lagos Philosophy Department. And as I stepped into the premises of the church, this young prophetess, Bukola is her name, was talking to people, and she got caught up in a trance and made her way to the entrance of the church and met me halfway. And then I can't forget, she said, "Welcome, we've been expecting you." I was like,
"You're kidding?
You are who?"
Was the wife nearby then?
I wasn't married then.
Oh, and it wasn't like she was looking for a guy or something?
Not at all. Then she went ahead, and another curious thing. A dream I had 2 days before, which I'd never had an opportunity to share with anyone. She told me the dream in details, like she was the one that slept my sleep.
For 1 second, I thought you were going to say she was the one that slept with you. I was.
Where is your mind?
No. I just go on. And so she gave you the yes,
very graphic. I see she was one that had the dream. Then
really?
Went ahead and interpreted it. Then went ahead and drew life lessons from the dream for me, and that was how God caught my curiosity.
You know that the issue of the message that you got has been seriously bastardized in the Celestial Church these days.
Not just church, everywhere.
Everywhere. And when I was growing up, the Celestial Church was something like Wibe. If you grew up to know a Celestial Church where if you got a message, if you attended the church, first of all, it was, I think, K&S I had it, but later I turned out to Celestial Church. And it was, as we are told, so be it.
True.
And I had friends who were in Celestial Church who are still there. My very good friend that I
was still with him a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, he in fact, I joined the church for about 6 months. 2 things drove me out of the church: the discipline of that you have to keep yourself,
stay away from certain things.
A night before the
appearing in church.
And one day I was at the church, and somebody said that there was smoke coming out of it. It's in spiritual terms. And then they said, "What was the problem?" I said, "Oh, that he must have done something naughty the day before." And I said,
"Were the fumes coming from your own bum?"
I know, but I didn't want that to happen. And secondly, the other thing that drove me out of the Celestial Church, I must confess, was the fact that you would finish around 2, 3, and then all of a sudden somebody will go into the spirit. You end up being there till 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, Sunday all day. But I do have a lot of respect for the church. But that Celestial Church is not what I used to know. It's like all other churches now. How do you feel about that?
Well, the degradation that's happened to the body of Christ is not limited to any denomination.
Yes.
But I feel really bad A lot of pastor friends in other denominations feel equally bad about it, which is why they would say, don't call me pastor, call me something else.
Yeah.
But I think that to a large extent, it just calls upon the church to rediscover itself.
But who will do it? Because most of the top members of the church are complicit. I don't want to mention names, but they tell you all kinds of stories. A very, 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 very top pastor once said he went to America and God changed the weather because of him for 3 days.
Yes.
Another one said that very top. Said, there's a woman who came to his church. She had cancer and they had cut the breast, and when she touched something in the church, the breast grew back. Or the one that said God came to drink tea with him.
Yes. Honestly, all this faboos.
That's the right word. From old way back. Fabu, I've forgotten.
Fabu, yes.
Fabuni.
It's maligning those who are God focused and still committed to the things of God in the body of Christ. It's very unfortunate, and it's not limited to our country. It's all over the world.
Yes.
I think that the devil has crept in, found a lot of willing people, dangle, greed, money, inordinate ambition in their faces, and many are forgetting the straight and narrow path.
That should set you worrying, because the attraction or otherwise of the Celestial Church really, for a lot of people who have found themselves even there, the attraction had been for a spiritual church is different from an ordinary church, whether you like it or not.
True.
And the attraction had been that your problems are better solved in a spiritual church than in other churches where, to a large extent, you are bound to the Philistines. But one thing I remember that Taiwo told me, see, when people tell you something like this lady gave you the message, they've said it and gone, but they don't know that it's stuck in your head.
Right.
Taiwo is a Celestian, true and pure and true.
A lawyer and a fine gentleman.
And he said to me that, Jimmy, when you are giving a message, there must be somebody who is there. I don't know how to say it in English. Badogba. There must be somebody there who is to balance it. I'm sure the day you are giving this message, there was a member of the parish at that time who was nearby. Listen to it. There'll be somebody who will write it down, and there'll be somebody who will be going in spirit with the other woman. Is that true?
Well, many times we try to do that.
Yes.
At the beginning, it was just myself and this lady, because she came out to meet with me. And then she walked
Did she pull you aside to say?
No, she came. I was just entering the premises.
Yes.
She left the inner chambers in the premises, came out to come and meet me and welcome me to church. And then I walked with her back into the heart of the premises of the church where there were other people. It was at that point that somebody else started writing down the message for me. I was a novice myself. Okay. But the core of what struck me, it was just between me and her.
And did you then decide immediately to become a member, or?
Oh, my curiosity went this way. What kind of church is this? What kind of raw power is this? If she had foretold anything to me, if she had revealed anything in my history, I still would not have been bowed. Because I would expected those things.
Actually, yeah.
It was the first time I was hearing or seeing anybody claim they have this gift of prophecy. But for anyone to tell a dream somebody else had, no, that one beat me down. So I wanted to see, what secret do they have in this church? The philosopher in me wanted to unravel, investigate. That was the basis by which God caught me.
So that's how you found yourself. So you've been in the Celestial Church for how long now?
40 years.
40 years.
Life begins at 40.
Life begins at 40 years. But it's quite interesting, having grown up in the same neighborhood with you and all the rascality and whatever. We thank God that He has called you. He hasn't called people like us. We are waiting and hoping that He will do that one day. But they say there's still hope for us. I mean, give me that.
Amen.
Give me that guarantee. Amen. Yes. One thing that also, because of my closeness with Taiwo, as a friend, I've always had an eye on what's going on in the Celestial Church, and I'd like to know if all the quarrels about the leadership have finally been put to rest, or is the church still divided?
Oh yes, the church is still divided into different pastoral jurisdictions, but I can tell you that the number one and the biggest faction is the one headed by Pastor EMF Oshofa, who's a direct descendant of the founder of the church.
Is he the leader of that faction?
He is said to be the pastor of the church, but that's what every factional leader will call themselves. Except that in his own case, he superintends over all the known assets of the church. So that must be the main sway of the church. Known assets. Yes.
Building.
Like Imeko, Makoko, Ketu. Yes.
So
that's a substantive pastor. Everybody else is a factional pastor.
Was he chosen by God, or is it because he's a pastor's son?
Now that rests squarely with those who were the active trustees over 20 years ago when he was made the pastor. You see, the Celestial Constitution, when it comes to appointing a pastor, is very, very vague there. And that's what the Supreme Court pointed out to us in year 2000. But to the best of my knowledge, the church has not regularized its constitution based on the advice of the Supreme Court. So as far as the Supreme Court judgment of year 2000 is concerned, no one really is recognized by the law in Nigeria as a substantive pastor. But thankfully, some progress has come to the church in those 20 years that he's held sway.
So he's a leader of what we'll call the major faction.
Yes.
That is in line with his father's... What about this? There was one called Owoduni.
Owoduni was also an original trustee. He's passed now.
His own faction are still on their own.
He never really... He declared himself pastor in his lifetime before he died. But he never really...
I know he had a faction.
He didn't have parishes under him.
Okay, Tedrosho is under who now?
Tedrosho is now an asset of the main church.
So they are under Oshofa.
They were independent for many, many decades.
Are you kidding?
But they're back with the
Oshofa. Same with Ketu.
Ketu Makoko never left the mainstream.
Well, these things are bound to happen anyway.
I agree.
Do you think which faction do you belong to before I ask?
The main faction.
The main faction, that's with
the EMS faction. I was a member pastor in council for a while.
What does pastor in council mean?
That's the highest advisory body of the church.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why for a while? What happened? They threw you out?
I wish.
Yes.
Yes. No, I left after a while.
Oh, you left yourself?
Yes, I left myself.
Why?
Before then, a lot of people saw me as too radical. So I was shocked when I was appointed a member of the pastoring council.
Okay.
And it became a thing of put your money where your mouth is. Everything you've been criticizing, come in and
sort it out.
And the first appointment I had then was as chairman of the organization committee for the Celestial Seminary. We did a great job of that. Till now, is still very much well-powered. And but as soon as I got that job done with some other eminent Celestians, male and female, I realized that I was becoming less critical. I kept seeing things around me in church that should be criticized so that people could do better with those things. But being a member of the advisory council, I didn't have the opportunity to advise the pastor. And I'm not a lame duck kind of person, so I had to pull out so that if I lend my voice again to radical change, maybe change will come.
So have you? But you're still a member. You just pulled out of the advisory council.
No,
Was it taken?
I resigned from.
You resigned. Was it taken in good
my
faith?
appointment. Yes, it was. The pastor thanked me formally.
Okay.
Wrote back to accept my resignation.
Was he happy that you had left?
From the tone of the letter,
Yes.
he told me he would have preferred I stayed, but he respected my decision.
So, is your church part of the group, or you own a church, right? I mean, you pastor a church.
Yes, I do.
Do you-
CCC Praiseville.
Do you own it? I mean,
No. I sincerely believe within or outside Celestial Church, no pastor should say he owns a church. The church should belong to God. Yes.
Okay.
So I don't own it. No, I don't.
But you run it.
Yes, I run it. I have a pastorate of about 6 deputies.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
But you are the leader.
Yes.
Are you a
am,
life
but
leader?
Till I die, I wish.
Don't
wish
die
somebody.
yet, I wish
somebody would come and push me out of it, and do better than.
Who runs the finances anyway?
Oh no, we have a team.
You have a team.
Yes, we have a team.
But you keep your eye on them.
Oh yeah. We are very small. I deliberately kept CCC Praiseville small so that our strength is in our influence in the lives.
How do you
we
keep
have
a
trained.
church small? And the way it works for me is a man who comes to the church, they say, who's worshiping here for the first time, you give him a soft drink, give him a biscuit, you pray for him. He's a member. So how do you keep it? Do people have to apply to belong to your?
No. It's open. You know, if you have a desire for a big car, you will not buy a small car. But when you have
Talking
a desire,
of cars, that's deliberate.
So I am not one who is given to having a big cathedral and pastoring. No, I'd rather have, say, over a 5-year period, having influenced and trained 1,000, 2,000 people who are in other churches, either for themselves or lending their skills to the growth of other parishes, than want to put 1,000, 2,000 people under one roof.
No.
That's a difference.
So you've kept your numbers.
Oh yes, very intentionally.
Okay. Do you have branches?
Hopefully, we will start, but not yet.
But that has ruined quite a number of churches because,
again,
like I think it was Pastor Bakari
who tried it at one time.
Tried it at one time and then decided, look, I'm going to have one branch. So like, let me use an industrial word, quality control.
True. Again, I think it depends on the model.
What was the problem you had with this? One of your members, Tibeton, because of course, I think I raised an alarm and I called you. Had you seen it before I called you? I called your attention to.
No, I think you read the story, then you called me and said, "Have you seen this?"
Yes. Who is the guy? Who is he?
Well, he's a prophet.
He's a member of your
He's
church.
a shepherd. He's a member of the Celestial Church of Christ.
Really?
He is.
Why did he pick on you?
He has I don't know, because he has never met me one-on-one. Never.
Oh.
We've never met physically.
Have you met his wife or something?
Nope. I know there was a time he was looking for me, and he got through to me, got my number, called me many years ago, and told me how much he admired what I was doing in Celestial Church. That was the first time I got to know that someone like that existed.
Yeah.
But even in that brief initial encounter,
yes,
I saw that he was more interested in selling his prophetic books and selling soaps, and that wasn't my kind of Christianity. So
he sells all these books and soaps.
Yes, from the get-go, he was talking about good luck soap, that kind of. I said, what kind of person is this one?
It reminds me of Fufe. That one sells anything.
So that put me off. I had initially looked forward to setting up a meeting between us, But when that one came, I said, no, this is not the kind of guy
It's not the kind of
I
guy,
want to, yeah.
But he did, and I've, occasionally I've come through some various things that happened to him. These days, I'm not even sure if the man is still a Christian. Talk less of a member of the Celestial Church. The other day, he was talking about how they could have thrown something on the ground when there were these Christian attacks and so on and so forth. But I've always wondered, and I've always said that any day I catch you in a studio, I was going to ask you, do you think he's a Christian? Have you heard him recently?
This is throwing me under the bus.
Yes, but that's my job.
Normally, I would not. I don't have any nice things to say about him, and I'm afraid that will put me in a spot as if I'm running a guy down. But let me put it this way: I am alarmed at some of his video clips I have seen. I belong in a number of celestial groups where his videos will crop up and somebody will share it and say, listen to what this guy is saying again. And people will come up with their opinions, and I try to shy away from saying something. But I don't think that he is a born-again Christian, because by the fruit you will know them. He runs people down. He never knows when to stop. There isn't anything awful he can't say about someone. He's done it to me before. I could take it because everything he said about me was false.
To be honest with you, it's very vulgar. That's
extremely vulgar.
Extremely vulgar. Even in this guy, very indecent in the things that he says.
Absolutely. Libelous, scandalous, very vulgar, and all of those things. Very recently, he went overboard by even abusing the person of the late founder of the Celestial Church.
What did that guy do to him? He said he
abused the son, who is the current pastor.
He abused the father and abused the son.
That's right.
He said that the son misled, was not, and he said the father misled those who founded the church, but the one that I found most despicable is when he said that, and excuse me, I find it difficult to say, but I just have to say it, that, they put a blind man to the... Who talks like that?
Exactly. That was a total put-off for me.
Who talks like that?
Total put-off for me.
Is there no way this gentleman can be put in check? Well, or you think there's more than meets the eye?
No, there isn't more than meets the eye.
Are you sure? You're not a...
No, I can tell you.
Psychiatric doctor.
No, I can tell you. You mean with him? Oh, so many things may be wrong with him. Oh, yes. He may not be altogether sane, because I don't think any sane or decent person will talk like he does.
But doesn't the church feel a need to... Well, I think these days it's better to just ignore certain persons, because I hear that everybody wants to trend. The idea is say all kinds of nonsense.
He's just a content creator.
It's just a content creator, and which is unfortunate, because he's quite elderly. I don't know if
he should be in his 60s. He should be in his 60s.
So I'd be older than him.
Oh, yeah, older than him, sure. Okay. He'll be in his 60s. We used to have a mutual friend. He's passed on now.
Who's that?
So that's late Dr. Mololo Oladoshu.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll put his age around the 60s.
But doesn't it worry? Isn't there any copyright, for want of a better word, on things of the church, like wearing sutana or anybody can wear anything and it doesn't really matter? Well, I think the church should copyright some of these things so that those of us who are outside the Ogberis like us don't misunderstand. Because the way he comes across is he's a member of the Celestial Church, and he's a representative.
Well, even
or a representation of.
Well, even if we have a copyright on the symbols of the church, there is no denying the fact that he runs a Celestial Church parish.
He does.
He does. He's a shepherd. He has a church. In fact, 2 churches from rather, it could be more. He has a church in some of the recesses, somewhere in Lagos State, I don't know where. And then he has a church in in the United Kingdom, in the Republic of Ireland. All right. So there is no running away from the fact that he is a shepherd.
It can be disciplined. It can be.
I think the church is too accommodating of people like him.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what happens when you have a divided church. Yes. Because it's easy for someone like him to say he's not under a certain jurisdiction. Yeah. That's the pullback for the church.
So what I'm getting, the sense I'm getting is that for example, if you belong to the Anglican, if you say the Anglican, you must be under the jurisdiction of the bishop.
Yes, of course.
But it doesn't work like that in the Celestial
The Anglican church is not divided.
No, they're not divided.
Exactly.
Neither is the Methodist.
When we were under the founder and then his immediate successor, Reverend Bada, things like this couldn't happen.
So what went wrong?
It's the division. It's the division. It's like mother and father are fighting and they live apart. A child can say, I'm with my father, and he's not with the father.
So it might never be resolved?
It might never be resolved. Someone like him will be better handled with someone who sues him on grounds of libel.
Oh, that's the list of it.
But at the church,
the list of it being a traditional ruler.
Celestial Church is not very keen on excommunication.
He called the wife of a traditional ruler a prostitute.
There you go.
Come on.
There you go. He doesn't have any boundaries. No moral standards whatsoever. In one breath, he's a shepherd, he's a prophet, he's an evangelist. In another breath, he's a conjurer, he's selling soaps and selling traditional materials. We don't know where he belongs.
But surely you must, there will be occasions you probably ask yourself where the body of Christ is going. It should bother you.
No, it bothers me.
Because I don't think one would have the attitude that, well, I'm not doing that, and therefore, it's like journalism. Once I see something that's not right, I always, by the way, I hope people outside remember that you're a journalist. Just this practice. So it's like journalism. I'm sure even now, you'd see a story, you'd see, and then you'd wonder. It would prick you, and it's very sad. So you're no longer a journalist. You don't do any of journalism work.
No, the closest I do now is just consulting for a few clients. Media consulting, yes.
And do you do gratis or they pay for? Because
that's why I envy you, because I don't know how you're able to keep it up all these decades.
No, I think it's just like I would say boldly that it's just a blessing from God.
Yes, I agree.
Because you can't attribute things to yourself. It's stupid and foolhardy to do it. What if you didn't have the health? I'm 70. I'm still strong. I can box. I can beat this guy silly. No, I was just joking. I don't mean. But talking of, let's talk a bit about journalism. So that. Because there's no way you and I will have a discussion. I know you are an editor of This Day.
I was an editor of This Day newspapers. Then I founded for them and edited the Glitterati.
And I'm proud to say I was one of your columnists.
Yes.
You remember the 60 Minutes days? Do you have copies of them?
Yes, I think I have some bound up copies.
Some bound up copies?
Yes.
I'd like to see those things that I wrote way back in the day.
I'll delve into my library for your sake.
Yes, and I will also attribute this to the memory of... what was the name of the columnist? Rose, you remember Rose? Staying looking pretty.
What's the name of that column?
Looking pretty or no. By Rose Samai.
Yes, something around the beauty.
Around the beauty system. So you've done quite a few things in journalism. Oh, yes. And I remember the story you wrote about my car. But journalism also means that you keep an eye, whether you like it or not, on what is going on in the country.
Yes.
does this country, but I'm afraid of Kunle.
I am very afraid.
I can. It's like I see an avalanche coming. It's like you see, you're on the ground and you can see an avalanche coming like that, like a big snowball, which could consume
Absolutely,
everybody.
it scares me too. Citizen journalism has taken over professionalism.
Oh yes, yes.
Social media has made it even worse. And to make matters worse, even when you look within the newspapers, the broadcast industry, the standards have really, really fallen.
Yeah.
People who would never, ever be given a microphone, they're on-air personalities now.
Oh yes, the discipline has changed.
It has changed. Totally.
It has changed. It's almost like anything goes and you leave the audience to decide. But guess what? Unfortunately, the audience is not discerning
at all.
These days, the audience want to hear anything.
Anything.
Anything. The audience is not discerning.
Even when you are overly critical of anything, say, your own is too much. What?
No, well, what I get, because I'm highly critical of these things, because mainly because of my upbringing. You and I grew up in the same neighborhood. Whose son is he? Whose father is he?
True.
So those things ring in my head. So if I find a situation where I find a man, I don't know his name, I don't know which school he went to. It mattered to me growing up. Which school is he? I can't tell which school he's good, which university he went. It becomes controversial, even his name. I can't resonate with that. And I'm sure you're like that too.
That's how we were raised.
So what
we still did it to each other, even on this show.
Oh, we did on this show, even outside.
Yeah,
it would always crop up, and I have no apologies for it. I like to be led by somebody who is superior to me. Yes, and when I say superior, it's not about money. It's not about, but somebody I look up. That's what we call a leader.
That's
somebody
right.
You look up to. Now, you know that in some cases, you could lead up to somebody, you could look up to your child. So it's not an age factor, really, but it's somebody who has the gravitas.
I agree.
And I think that's part of the problem we've had in this country. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yes, absolutely. Our leaders got into position not because the people wanted them, but they were able to find their way there. As a result, they don't owe anybody anything, and they will hold on to power at all cost. Nobody is speaking truth to power anymore like before.
Yeah.
Though the generation of those who were wonderful writers who spoke truth to power, that they're facing out. Dan Agbese just passed on now at 80.
Yeah. 81.
81. They're facing out. And I can't see and imagine army of journalists taking over that space. And
no. Well, the truth is, it's demand and so, but the society doesn't demand it. Where the columnists of these days is far in between. And you remember in those days we want to read what so and so has to say.
On the
I think the social media has wiped out everything.
True.
And people no longer put an emphasis. I tell you this, if you remember when we were young, you go to see somebody, and I remember the day I went to see the old laughing of Oyo, and to impress me, he started reading out of his head quotations. You don't have such quotations. It was Awolowo said to the parliament in 1963.
Wow.
He got people don't do that anymore.
Wow.
Even education is.
It's amazing you would remember that about the.
He totally
Ikubabaye.
Yes. But when he put up his agbada and moved back a little bit, just so that you never know what's under it. Okay, but before I also wonder, since you are a prophet, can you predict for us what is likely to happen?
Prophetic release is really not
in
prediction.
2027.
Prediction is a carnal thing. like predicting the outcome of a football
But there's a man
game.
that predicts, one pastor who puts his cap here. He predicts every day. Man, you man, no.
You know, when people like that come up for discussion, what I ask those who are leading the discussion is, think about it. Do you think God is that concerned about the outcome of a football match?
Yeah, well, he will, and he goes on about it almost every day. It's in the social media, and he says.
But isn't it funny that it is only after the fact that you will hear that he?
No. One thing I find funny is that it will always have a proviso. They say, but if you pray, then I say to myself, I don't get it. Do you believe in predictions?
I want to run away from the word prediction. Prophecy.
Do you believe in prophecy?
Oh yes. I'm a product of that.
Yeah,
and I live it.
Do you prophesy?
Oh yes.
You know, you're product. Do you prophesy? Prophesy for me.
The difference between a prophecy and a prediction is that a prophecy is not what you do yourself. It's what
works
is channeled through you.
Can it be changed?
A gift from God.
Can it be changed? If you say
only God can change it.
But it can be changed.
But let me establish that there's a difference between prediction and prophecy, even though people think that they're the same. Now, the predictor, if we can call it that, is the one doing it. It's not God.
And that's what we have mainly.
Yes. Now, when I see men of God doing predictions, I know it's not God walking through them.
Okay, tell me, what does a prediction sound like?
The content of it, if it is nothing to do with the gospel, that's not God at all.
Well, there's a man that wears it.
I don't want to mention his name. I know who you're talking about.
Tell me now. Just tell me.
You have to Google it yourself.
No, Kunle, I'm old. I forget things.
Oh yeah.
But I know that he wears.
You're not going to catch me there.
I'm not going to catch you there. But I know that he says. So you don't believe, for example, that a man of God who is a man of God self?
Someone who's a vessel in God's hands. Someone who God has raised.
Am I a man of God?
You're a child of God.
I'm a man. Look at my age. I can't be a child anymore.
Oh, you're a child of God despite your age. A man of God is someone raised by God for a mission.
I'm raised by God for a mission in the things
Are you doing anything in the body of Christ right now?
But what I do for society, is it not in the body of Christ?
Are you joking or you're serious?
No, I'm serious. What the fact that I go on air every day, and I try to turn society right within my own limits, makes me believe that I'm.
But you're not trying to do that based on the principles of the Bible, no.
Not really, no.
Exactly. So you're not a man of God.
But is God only a Christian? God is also
God. You're older. You're older than me.
Yes.
But you're the child of God. In this interview, I'm the man of God.
No, I demand an apology. No, I'm just joking. See, because the work I do has been endorsed by Pastor Itwa.
I love Pastor.
I love Pastor. Even when you talk about
no wonder timeless in time, timeless with Jimi Disu.
This timeless was decided without my knowledge, but I liked it.
Yeah.
To pastors that I respect, Itwa and Wale Adefarasi.
Mention me, please.
I don't consider you a pastor now. That's the funny thing.
Okay. I'll keep working on it.
Okay, no.
Hopefully, before you die at the age of 100.
Wait. Don't get me wrong.
Added me to the list.
You will always be my brother. So it's, I don't consider, if you became a professor or you became even a head of state, I wouldn't be calling you Your Excellency.
Now
I have a personal friend who we used to eat together and run around. He became a governor. Of course, I will call him Excellency in public, but I couldn't even call him by his name in private. And one day I was as a Jimmy key governor law talking. Two of us were having lunch alone.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's the kind of
relationship
and our political leaders are something else. But I got to go.
They get into office and they forget who they are.
They forget who they are. But I got to go. It's nice having you.
Thank you so
much. I wish we
much.
could spend longer, but
always like that, ain't I?
Always like that. So come, let's go for lunch. Let me. Bye,